Uh-oh, friends. I have bad news to tell you about today. There are some really big changes that may be coming to monthly benefits very soon. Officials have confirmed that millions of Americans are at risk of losing health insurance in just a few weeks. Very important details have been announced. So make sure, friends, that you watch until the end of this video. Also, I will be giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. Please make sure that you click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. During the months of October, November, and December, I will be surprising several of you with $200 gift cards, especially to those of you that have been in this community for several months. It is a simple way of saying thank you so very much for joining me here every day when I post a new video. The Biden administration is telling healthcare providers to begin preparing for an end to the public crisis emergency that was declared in 2020. The change will have broad implications for Medicaid health insurance recipients and could significantly impact how hospitals and pharmacies operate. Health Secretary Xavier Becerra told reporters on a call this month that how the United States manages the crisis this fall and winter will provide crucial data on whether the emergency needs to remain in place. His comments come after President Biden claimed in September that the crisis is over. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services told healthcare providers in August to start preparing for a return to pre-crisis rules as soon as possible. The crisis emergency was first declared by the former president's administration in January of 2020. The health emergency allowed millions of Americans to receive increased food benefits through the federal government's nutrition program. When the public health emergency does end, the Health and Human Services Department estimates up to 15 million people will be disenrolled from Medicare and the Children's Health Insurance Program. Nutrition experts fear that millions of U.S. families will face a hunger cliff. The most dramatic impact from ending the public health emergency will fall on people who are enrolled in Medicaid and the Children's Health Insurance Program, which is also known as CHIP. Medicaid provides inexpensive and often free health insurance to lower-income adults. Medicaid enrollment increased 20% during the crisis to a record of more than 89 million people as of June. States received extra federal money through the Families First Crisis Response Act for Medicaid and CHIP, on the condition that they kept all current and new recipients enrolled during the public health crisis. But before the crisis, people had to renew their Medicaid coverage every year by confirming to state officials that they still met income and other eligibility requirements. Medicaid and CHIP will return to business as usual when the crisis emergency comes to an end. States will have 14 months to verify who is eligible and who is not. An estimated 15 million Americans will have to leave the program. Officials have said that about 7 million will lose Medicaid coverage, despite still being eligible for the program. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts on this? What do you think that our government should do so that Americans can keep their insurance coverage? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Friends, the key word for this video today is Fox River. If you would like to enter today's Walmart gift card giveaway, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below this keyword, which is Fox River, and additional keywords of any video of mine that you watch. And friends, please make sure that you're also subscribed to my channel. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy sought to tamp down worries that a GOP majority would use raising the federal debt ceiling as leverage to secure reforms on government programs like Social Security and Medicare. Kevin McCarthy, who is hoping to be Speaker if Republicans take control of the House, told reporters in an interview that Republicans would try to get concessions on spending cuts in exchange for raising the debt limit, which is a must-pass measure in order to avoid economic turmoil. The question came as a follow-up that some House Republicans suggested reforms to programs like Social Security and Medicare. It may be on the table in a debt limit debate. Democrats quickly blasted McCarthy's remark, with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's press office saying it was confirmation of GOP plans to change a debt limit to force through their plans to slash Medicare and Social Security for millions of retirees. Social Security provides an essential source of income in retirement. In 2020, around 50 million retired workers collected Social Security benefits. However, the recent 2022 Social Security Trustees Report finds that in the year 2034, retirees will start receiving a reduced benefit if Congress does not fix funding issues for the social program. So in other words, Social Security will exist after 2034, but retirees will only receive 77% of their full benefit starting then. Well, my amazing and beautiful dear friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you so much for joining me here every day when I post a new video. I greatly appreciate all of you, friends. Please remember to enter the giveaways by simply clicking and liking several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. Friends, remember that the more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and blessed weekend.
These problems are fruits from the same poisonous tree. Reckless government spending has sent prices skyrocketing across our economy. Instead of addressing this cause, liberals continue to double down by passing their so-called Inflation Reduction Act, while the Congressional Budget Office now reports that this act will increase our deficit through 2026. The fact is simple. President Biden has proven that he is unable to stop the runaway inflation that has raised the cost of housing, raised the cost of groceries, and continues to affect energy sources throughout America. The answer to this crisis will not be found in more government handouts. Now, more than ever, we need to stop the inflation that is crippling our economy and hurting Pennsylvania and all American families. Thank you. And I yield.
Since Democrats passed their $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan spending spree, the bill, I would add, that helped plunge our economy into our current inflation crisis. And 40% of Americans report having difficulty paying for their normal household expenses. Americans are dipping into their savings or working side jobs to make ends meet. They're charging more day-to-day expenses on their credit cards. And in too many cases, they're having to visit food banks, which are seeing huge lines thanks to continued high inflation. And what are Democrats and the president doing about this? Nothing. Of course, last month, Democrats did pass a bill they called the Inflation Reduction Act. The problem? The bill will do nothing to reduce inflation. Nothing. And again, you don't have to take my word for it. The nonpartisan Penn-Wharton budget model said that this about the bill's impact on inflation. And again, I quote, "The impact on inflation is statistically indistinguishable from zero." Statistically indistinguishable from zero. Or you could take the word of the Democrat chairman of the Budget Committee, who admitted right here on the Senate floor that the so-called Inflation Reduction Act would not reduce inflation. But it's not just that Democrats have done nothing to help solve our inflation crisis. They're also on track to make Americans' economic situation significantly worse. In August, President Biden announced a massive student loan giveaway that could cost anywhere from an estimated $500 billion to more than $1 trillion. and that from the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget notes, and I quote, "meaningfully boost inflation."